That was One Last Hero by Amarith. Their new album, The Evolution Process, is out now. Check them out at www.myspace.com/Amarith and catch them live in Mississauga at the International Centre on April 4th and 5th. The show starts at 12 p.m. Hi, DJ Tina here, host of HMTV Canada Easy. With me today is the band Amarith. Hi Dan, welcome to HMTV Canada Easy.
Hey.
Congratulations on your new album, The Evolution Process.
Thank you.
Can you tell us how the evolution process takes the listener on a journey of deep personal issues about today's society and maybe destruction, anger?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is a bunch of issues that myself and the singer Chris Johnson went through. At the time, he went through a pretty big injury. He messed his back up pretty bad, and he was kind of bedridden for, well, not so much bedridden, but he was pretty down for a little while. So there's a bunch of stuff on there about that, and some relationships that ended in my life. So there's some of that stuff in there. But the lyrics aren't very direct. We tried to write it as close to heart as we could, but also we don't like to kind of pigeonhole a song. We kind of like people to listen to it and kind of take what they want from it. Whatever helps other people, really.
What basically motivates the band to come up with their lyrics? Is it anger? Is it just, something that's happened in their lives or some social issues that are happening today?
Well, when I speak for myself, when I do a lot of writing, it is very personal. It's events that's happened. I mean, the last year for me has been pretty crazy. A lot of changes happened. A lot of things ended. A lot of new things happened. So for me, it's very, very personal and it's very introspective. I don't tend to gravitate too much to what's happening in the outside world because I don't feel very authoritative on the subject. But it is pretty personal, and it's anything I can rant about, I usually do.
And what about attitudes of today, where the people are greedy and they don't care in the world today? It just seems like, well, anywhere in our environment. Do
Right.
you usually write about those kind of things?
I don't personally. I don't get too into that. I mean, I might reference it here and there, but no, not so much. We don't really get into society all that much.
Okay. And some bands really take that seriously, political issues. Yeah, for sure. Was the album recorded live or through digital using a computer?
It was definitely a long process of computer stuff. Took about a year to do. We kept taking time off and doing shows. Yeah, but it's all fully computerized and regular album stuff, individually recorded and whatnot.
Who helps with the mixing and mastering of all Amarith music production?
The record was written and mixed and mastered all with the help of a guy named Greg Dawson.
Oh.
Great guy. He's done Alexis on Fire stuff. He's done Monine. He just did the latest End record. Really good guy.
Has there been any challenges in producing the evolution process, like laying out the song tracks?
The biggest challenge, we went through a lineup change during the band. We had a guy named Paul Cho. He was in on rhythm guitar. He had to, sorry about that, my dog. He had to get out of here. He had some personal issues, and the band wasn't a priority. And our old guitar player, Spencer Davis, came back.
Now, your current lineup changed during the years. Who's the lineup now for Amarith?
Right now,
Yes.
we got Johnson, who's our screamer vocalist guy. Spencer, who's guitar and vocals. Greg plays guitar. Jarrett plays drums, and I play bass.
When it comes to trying new things, is everybody in sync with that? And does everybody share the same influences for their music?
I think nowadays we're a little bit more open to trying new things, and pretty much everyone likes metal. I guess that's the one thing where we come together, and that and hip hop, but pretty much anything else in between.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a very different and eclectic taste as far as what our influences are.
When you try new things, how do you steer towards? Do you steer towards classic rock or do you steer towards metal?
I think it's just whatever happens. I mean, during the jams and whatnot, something might come off a little bluesy or something might come off a little jazzy or super metal or whatnot, and we just kind of flow with it. Don't really think about it too much.
Have you ever had something that was considered a mistake and you decided to go with it because it was natural?
I don't know. I think that that might have happened before.
A certain riff or, a certain note?
I mean, half the time I'll come up with riffs by, like, I'll jam along to some of my favorite records, or, like, because, I mean, I'll contribute, like, maybe, like, an odd riff or two, but it's, like, sometimes I'll just be jamming along to a record and I'll make a mistake, and I'm like, oh, hey, that sounds cool, and then I'll bring it to practice one day and be like, hey, this is what I came up with. But as far as, I'm trying to think if we ever had a case like that where it came from a mistake. I couldn't really remember.
That's happened usually a lot of times, and a lot of the bands decide just to go with it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you got to be pretty much open to anything, and that's kind of the point we're at in the band now is, whoever brings in something, it's like, well, let's all sit down, who's got material, and we all kind of just throw at each other and see where it goes from there. So
everybody gets along when it comes to making the music and laying down the song tracks. Like, there's never any arguments.
Oh, there's arguments all the time.
there's always little petty arguments, but it's always resolved pretty quickly.
Yeah, you kind of get that, like, a little bit of an ego in there sometimes if you come to the table with a riff or a bit of lyrics or whatnot, and you're really attached to it, and you lay it down to them, and you're all stoked about it, and they're like,
Yeah, I think that's the only time we ever really have that problem is, when someone grows attached to something, but then half the time, give them like a week or so, they'll come back and be like, you know what, your idea was way better anyway, so. Yeah.
So in the end, when everybody's working together and, you're mixing everything and laying down the song tracks, like, they're pretty much in agreement with everything that comes out.
Most songs aren't complete until everyone's satisfied with what goes on, because the cool thing about this band is that everyone pretty much has an idea of how to play every other instrument, or at least knows how to apply it to a song. So, I mean, anyone can contest anyone's part and be like, hey, why don't you try playing it this way? Or so everyone has a say on what goes on in every aspect of, like, every song that we ever had.
That's awesome. Does Amarith plan to produce any musical videos from their song tracks?
I don't know. It's probably something we would want to do. Whether or not it's needed at this time, but
I mean,
we'd love to do it at some point.
I think every band has that as a goal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about when it comes to recording, like during recording sessions while you're in the studio? Do you plan on coming up with any videos for that?
Well, as in like kind of like studio update kind of videos, or
right?
We've never really done that in the past, which is weird. I mean, we always kind of discuss it, but then when it comes time to hit the studio, we kind of takes the backseat slide. I think it would be kind of cool to do that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a great thing to do. We always just get so preoccupied with so many other things.
We get really ahead of ourselves sometimes. We'll find that we'll just record an album, and then a couple, not even a month later or something, we're already coming out with new material. So we always find that we do get ahead of ourselves when it comes to writing.
So in the future, you think for the next albums you'll be coming out with recording sessions?
I would think so. I think if we've learned anything, is that documentation needs to be done, and a lot of stupid stuff happens when we all get together in a small room.
But fans like to see that. They like to see the process and the album being made, especially in recording sessions.
I think if people found out what actually goes on at Amarith practices, they'd be baffled.
It'd probably be comical.
How do these guys get anything done when they're being so ridiculous? But yeah,
that makes really great videos.
Oh, it totally does, which is why it would be so fun to do it.
Fans would love to see that too, because they're classics.
Yeah.
How have your live past performances been, and did the band receive a great turnout of fans, and do you sell CDs and merchandise at each show?
It depends where we go. I mean, we've been pretty fortunate to never really have a bad reaction from a crowd.
Yeah.
Ever, which is we've been really fortunate in that regard. Turnouts vary,
Turnouts have also varied over the years too. Yeah. I mean, if you look at, we pretty much stay pretty close to home as far as playing shows in Brampton, right? So, and there has been a definite decline in the Brampton music scene. I mean, back in the peak of when there was a really thriving music scene, I mean, we were playing shows every other weekend, and we had a pretty solid fan base. We have a very dedicated fan base.
What's your favorite venue to play at?
Favorite venue?
I really like Lee's Palace. Lee's Palace is really fun when you get people in there.
Spencer says Rose Theater. I don't know. I think I would like to play an outdoor venue sometime soon. We've never really done that, so I would like to play outdoors.
How about setting up equipment? Do you find that with certain sizes of the stages that some of it can be a challenge at times when you're playing live?
Oh, definitely. At least we've kind of downsized. Dan's got a smaller base right now, but trying to set up, I don't know. It really depends on the venue. There's a lot of venues where sometimes we struggle to try and fit everything on stage, but it all depends. I mean, I think when it comes to places like Lee's Palace, we have no problem. Clearly, there's a really good stage there. So
yeah, I mean, with the amount of different size places we play, a lot of the times we're stuck in those little clubs, which don't give you a lot of space. Yeah, we're not smallest people, so
I am.
Yeah, you are.
Have you ever played at Rock the Mill in Cambridge?
I don't think so.
Okay, you got to sign up and play there this year. That's a good outdoor event to start.
I love outdoor places. I want to so bad.
And the Cambridge Fall Fair, like, hit up some of the people that run the Cambridge Fall Fair and see you can get your band in there. There was a lot of bands playing there last year. They have great outdoor events. Do you play in and around Toronto?
We do.
Okay, how do you find the Toronto area?
It's harder to get the word out there because it's such a bigger place. Like in Brampton, everything was like kind of word of mouth. So we pretty much managed to build a very dedicated fan base just by people being like, you'd have the regulars come out, and then along with them, they'd bring like, say like 3 to 5 other people, and then eventually it just kind of grew that way. But in Toronto, it's kind of harder to get yourself out there. You know what I mean?
Have you had the chance to play with any other bands that to help get your name out there and help get more gigs and tours?
We played with some pretty cool bands. I mean, we played with the Rise of Ruin a good amount of time. We played with Monine like back in the day.
Yeah.
As Shotgun Rules, Fully Down, like all those guys.
Yeah, on like kind of like a slightly more local level. I mean, we had like Wheels on the Bus.
Yeah.
Or trying to think of what another one would be. I mean, we played with a Junction before.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Sometimes like, we'll end up playing like a real strictly like metal show, and then we'll end up playing like sometimes we'll play like a weird show where like none of the bands really kind of go along with one genre either. So
where is Amarith's music production mastered?
All the mastering got done with Greg Dawson at BWC Studios.
Yeah, just like kind of in a different section of Brampton, like in Bramalea, really. It's still part of Brampton, but it's just kind of outskirts or whatever. But he's done a lot of good records. Like he did the Alexis O'Neill Switcheroo. He did Wheels on the Bus. He did The End. And yeah, he does all the mixing and mastering, but like our album was actually recorded at our vocalist studio in his house. Yep, did most of that ourselves.
Now, does he have like a distributing company, or do you have help with anyone distributing the Evolution process right now?
Right now it's just all us. So if anybody want to grab a record, they stop on the MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the final process of doing the iTunes stuff, just waiting for some paperwork to come back.
And I have lots of CDs at my house.
Yeah.
Have you pressed like a fair amount of CDs, or are you more or less planning to go with more digital downloading?
We're doing okay. I mean, definitely we want to get as many hard copies out there as we can.
I mean, I'm still a fan of like I do have a tendency to like download stuff, but I mean, heck, if the record's good enough, there's nothing that beats having like all the liner notes and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's nothing beats like having the artwork and the CD in your hands.
Exactly. It's nothing feels better than like when you do go to like that record store and you've been waiting for an album for how long, and then you get like all the cool stuff. Like, especially like think of like Blink, where they had all those cool like little notes on each song and like what they did with it. I don't know. All that kind of information is cool to me. So
you get the CD in the hands. The sound quality is way better because the music is not so compressed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you signed, or are you looking for a record label?
We are currently looking for a record label.
Okay. Yeah. So if you were to land a record deal, what are you looking for? Are you looking for just tour support and pressing of CDs? Like, what are you seeking in a record label?
Main thing is promotion. I mean, anytime anybody can get your name out there more, just so more people know about you, and obviously helping you out with getting you some more shows, some more frequent shows, some bigger shows, more places. That'd be the main concern for me, is just making sure that we can get out there and they promote us enough and that they get us enough quality shows.
Also, yeah, I think also to help with touring, because trying to book a tour is a really difficult thing to do independently,
Have you been in touch with any other bands to do a cost factor thing where you can share the cost of touring, like maybe more than one band for Canada?
I think we had been talking. There's one band out of is it Ottawa? Today I Caught the Plague.
Mm-hmm.
That was one band that if we were going to make any plans, I think like those guys would be like one of the main bands that we would love to kind of hit the road with. Yeah.
So basically, when it boils down to goals and perspectives, what's the band's focus for 2009 with respect to career objectives and goals?
Honestly, the main objective right now is to tour.
Yep. The record's out. The record's pretty strong, getting a lot of positive responses. So that's the main thing for the year, is get out there and make people have it.
Now, if you want to tour, where would you want to tour across Canada?
Oh man, everywhere and anywhere. From like the shadiest little dive to like the coolest big show. Like it doesn't matter. Like that's just what we're used to. So like any show is an awesome show, really.
Are you working on new material for a second album currently?
Again, our band always gets ahead of ourselves, so no matter what, we've always got new material. So right now, I've been doing a lot of writing. Greg's got a bunch of riffs that he's been working on, like on his own. Spencer's been working on stuff. Like pretty much like everyone in the band has like all these ideas that we've been tossing to each other. Like one song came together at practice. One song has been done in our friend's studio, just like kind of demoing stuff. So yeah, there's definitely lots of new material floating around.
Now, when you come out with the second album, are you going to make this a little harder, more metal?
I think it's just going to go wherever it goes, really. I don't
Okay.
think there's much in mind of how we're going to sound.
There's never been a conscious effort, really. I mean, maybe back in the day when we first started, there was all those worries about, oh my god, there's nonsense going down here already. Yeah, there was never a conscious effort, maybe back in our earlier days when we were like, oh man, it's not metal enough. But like, the more we record, the more we write, the more we get comfortable with kind of involving all our more diverse influences, really. So I think the next Amarith record will probably be another way of us being like way more diverse. There's a lot.
There's going to be a lot of different sounds.
Awesome. Is college radio spinning your music currently?
I think we're up at U of T right now. I know we had a buddy up there who was the radio guy. I think he graduated. His name was Armand.
We can call into the UT and request your music anytime?
Yeah, or you can also do that, I think now, just last week.
Indie Love Radio.
Yeah, Indie Love Radio.
Awesome.
We did an interview with them as well, and they pretty much actually played almost our entire record except for one song.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
That was very cool of them.
That's cool. Before we wrap up our interview, do you have any shout-outs to fans or friends?
Shout-outs to fans or friends. Anyone?
Everybody. I love everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You could go forever.
Severity. Our number one fan, Eric. Rick and Julian.
Eric and Severity.
My mom and dad. Obvious. Oh, man. Greg Dawson and BWC Studios. Oh, Shatterpoint as well, too.
Thank you, Dan, Spencer, and Jarrett, for allowing our easy to interview Amarith. Keep it brutal and horns high because you rock.
Thank you very, very much.